Hi, everybody. How's it going?
It's great.
We are just getting set up here, so we are so sorry that we were late. It's just so many things that we're still trying to get used to. Hello.
It'll be like this next week, I swear.
Okay. Hey, Eternity. Thanks for tuning in. Long time no see. We are doing good, as you can see. We are all in cosplay. So again, if you are just joining us for the first time, hello, we are CosTalk Live. So I will introduce myself. My name is Jinx Cosplay, and I have been cosplaying since 2001. Right now, I am wearing Umi from Magic Knight Rare, and I put Saphiro in the background. It's really grainy, though, because it's hard to find like high-quality images of that old anime. And this is the Sunset Dragon design. I took my gloves off, though, so I could like touch my phone and stuff. So, yeah. Who's next?
I'm Liz from Ambrose Cosplay. I am going for a clone Shiro vibe from Voltron. You can kind of see the undercut here, but it's coming across as more Elsa Daenerys. That's okay. I'm okay with it. That's fine.
Oh man, nice.
Daenerys, there you go. Like it's totally cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And I am Sam from ThermoCosplay, and I am Jackie Laura.
Jackie Laura. Yay!
You guys look so cute.
Thank you. We have a surprise coming out later. You guys should keep an eye out. Anyway, so how's everybody out there doing? Hi guys, you're welcome to leave comments and ask us questions anytime. We'll try and answer them as best as we can. Today we're mostly going to talk about WonderCon, or we're going to start with WonderCon.
Oh,
yeah.
We should have been there today.
Bum, bum, bum. I know, right? We would have Friday. We would have been there. Would have been the first day. So Sam, you've never been to WonderCon, have you? Sam?
No.
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So this was supposed to be your first trip, wasn't it?
Yes.
Man. So yeah, so we planned this a long time ago. So my first time was last year. So my first and only time was last year. And I got invited in a group to compete with Liz. And I just met them randomly at Phoenix Fan Fusion like the year before. And they're like, hey, be in our group. I'm like, okay. And we did this Muses, Hercules Muses in the competition. And that was a lot of fun, like super.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, actually, let me see if I can pull up some pictures. So we did it in the competition. So Liz was Megara.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I was a muse, and we had the other muses, and then we also had a Hercules as well. So that was a lot of fun.
Honey, you mean Huncules.
Huncules. Sorry, we had a Huncules. And we got let me see if I can pull this up here. And well, I won't be able to throw it into, oh, let's see. I can screen share actually. Let me screen share this and we can see some pictures. So that was us when we were on stage at WonderCon. Oh, it doesn't seem to be showing up on is it showing up on Facebook?
I don't see it on Facebook.
Oh.
Oh wait, hold on. No, there it is. There it is.
There it is. Okay. It's not showing up on Twitch, but that was us on stage. Oh, that's me and my friend Rachel. So we were Chun-Li and Cammy. That was so much fun because she lives in California. And then again, there's our group there after. And then that was all of us that went to WonderCon. So that was a lot of fun.
That was so much fun. Hi, Kat.
So hey.
So they went and they talked about Hercules, and they won most humorous, and they was awesome.
It was so much fun.
And experience.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And again, that was my first experience at WonderCon. And I've been going to San Diego for years and years and years and years. And my first San Diego was 96. And then my last one was 2012. And I just got so like bummed out about it after that. It just, yeah, it wasn't fun. So
WonderCon is sort of like the, if you haven't been before, or don't know a whole lot about WonderCon, it's kind of like the little sister con to San Diego. And it's just Usually takes place in like March. This year it was scheduled for April. The weather is gorgeous. So
Yeah.
it's really, really nice. It's not as packed as San Diego, not by a long shot. And so it's kind of like if you get kind of anxious in crowds, WonderCon is a really good like big con to go to because it is big. There's a ton of stuff that they offer, but it's not like packed with people, which is one of the things that I really like about it. There's a lot of cool locations at the convention center. You can take pictures. You're not like packed in a can like sardines, on the like in the exhibitors hall or artist alley or anything like that. So it's by far one of my favorite cons to go to. I'm really sad that we're not there right now.
I know, so we were so we came up with this plan. So first me and Liz kind of came up with something, and then Sam's like, hey, asked me, hey, do you want to do something with me? I was like, oh, but I'm doing something with Liz. And then Sam's like, oh, okay, never mind. I was like, wait, maybe we can do something together. So we came up with a plan and had this whole thing. We were already choreographing it. And then, of course, we're waiting to see what's going to happen. And then WonderCon canceled. I mean, I know it's all for a good reason.
Obviously, but it's still sad though. I think it's okay to still like kind of be sad about those cons that you're missing out on. Like, especially like if it was gonna be your first time there, you were super excited, or if you keep, you've been going for years and it's just something that you like to do. Like it is sad to miss out on them, even if it is for a good reason.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like I don't think I'm gonna be able to go when they reschedule. What did they reschedule it?
I think it's in like August, isn't it?
I thought it was the weekend before Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, I thought it was like right, because I remember it being like really close to the beginning of my school year. So I was like, that's probably not going to happen.
The same weekend as me being in Canada, if Canada's borders reopen.
So yeah, it looks like we won't be able to go to the postponed one. If that happens, like fingers crossed, obviously, that like we're able to do stuff in August, but who knows at this point.
Seriously.
So we still are going to do, so Liz, you've been working on your costume a lot. You're probably the furthest along than the rest of us.
Oh gosh, I don't know about that.
But you probably are.
There's still a lot to do.
Yeah, but you probably are furthest.
So right now I'm working on the burnout part. So I'm doing a burnout design for my costume, which is now we've moved our group to Phoenix Fan Fusion instead because scheduling just happened to work out for that better for that postponement.
Well, actually, so WonderCon had canceled, right? And then we were like, okay, let's do it for Phoenix Fan Fusion, right?
Right.
But then
that got postponed as well to September. Yeah. But for my costume, I have a pretty extensive burnout design that's taking up a lot of square yardage, and so I do a little bit every single day. And I'm about 30% through the burnout.
See, but that's pretty good. Like, I'll be honest, I don't have anything yet.
I have spent now about 17 hours on the burnout. So you guys do the math on that. How much time is left?
Well, there's probably like 800 hours left.
Pretty much. I will see you guys in 2021 when it's done.
I think, that's probably when we're going to have to do it anyway. I think the rest of the year might be a wash.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I know. So, but I mean, and WonderCon was really good because as soon as they announced that they were going to, cancel, they just issued refunds. It was like immediately like refunds are coming. We'll get it rescheduled, and they rescheduled it pretty quick. As far as if San Diego is going to happen, nobody knows yet, right? Yeah,
I think most people have kind of like accepted it's probably going to get postponed, but I heard like a little, not conspiracy theory, but like I guess just like a theory that they're like, the reason they're not announcing a postponement right now is for like the venue contract, basically. They essentially have to be told that it's being canceled, because like if they make the decision themselves, they get less money back or something like that.
I mean, that makes sense, because I know a lot of people yeah, because a lot of people did that with their weddings.
I have no idea how true that is, but I was like, oh yeah, that does kind of make sense, because there was like an article I saw recently that was like San Diego still wants to host or something, and I was like, really? Like, okay. All right, sounds crowded.
Sounds very virusy.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, who out there would still go? Like, really, like I'm curious.
I would be very nervous to go, I think.
Would you still go?
No.
No, even if
I
you
don't
can
think
get
so.
refunds on anything like hotel or like airfare or travel, or
Oh
like you couldn't get
gosh.
any refunds, would you not go?
I don't think
It's
so.
tough.
We'll see what the situation looks like, as we get closer to July. But
Mhm.
like if it's anything like it is now, I don't think I would go.
Yeah, I don't think I would go either. Maybe like 2 weeks ago I would have, but things have changed a lot in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So
Right.
like today I would be like, no, thank you. And I think that did
Yeah.
California just announce something until May? What was that I had read? They announced, I think, a shelter in place. I think.
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't seen that.
So, but Sam, one day you'll get to experience the awesomeness that is WonderCon.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's like San Diego Comic Con's like cute little cousin is what I always say. Like everybody likes, San Diego's, they're the big popular jock at school, but WonderCon's the cute cousin that you're like, hey, I like you. Let's be friends. Let's be best friends. Hey Maggie, thanks for joining. So but you're going on your way to where? You have a new con that's coming up that's why you can't go to WonderCon is because you're going where, you said.
Otaku-thon in Canada.
Otaku-con, yeah. And I mean, do you think they might open the borders this year?
If they're not open by July, I have to start working with the airline.
Yeah, oh, because you already booked your ticket.
We booked it. Lena and I both booked our ticket in January because international travel is notoriously expensive, and we got a round trip ticket to Canada for $600.
Wow. That's really
Yeah.
good though.
That is good.
That you can get it like, hey Sean. Sean is actually from Canada. I think he's from Nova Scotia, I think. So like let us know what your guys' con schedules are going on out there, and how if you're what I'm interested in is I think a lot of Canadian cons still get Americans going. Is that a good guess? Maybe yes, no? I don't
I
know.
think so.
Yeah. So like
We
write in
have
the comments.
we have a lot of Canadians coming to our cons. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, let us know like what your con schedule is up there and how is quarantine treating everyone, he said. Well, I got in full makeup costume today.
It's I think as good as a quarantine can be over here. My husband and I are both able to work remote. And yeah, kind of gotten good separation between the workday and then working on cosplay going. So things are mostly back to normal. I just wish that I were able to actually go into work like normal.
So you've kind of got a rhythm going already?
Yes, finally got there. The first couple weeks were not. They were kind of rough, to be honest. Like I could not separate like work from everything else, you know.
And you work in the same room that you work on cosplay, right?
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
like another like office or really a space I can go do work in. Like this is my office.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of hard, but I usually kind of at the end of the day, the work day, I just pick a time and I'm like, okay, work is done.
That's good. That's a really good thing to do because I just kind of am like today I didn't do any much work today, and I was like, oh, okay, well, just okay, ready to do the next thing. Final Fantasy VII's out, and oh no, there goes my life. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Sam, how's quarantine treating you?
Like normal because I was already used to working from home.
Yeah, you're doing it like a couple times a week, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, but it's definitely a bit sad to not be able to like hang out because we were actually meeting up. So our group, there's also Lena was in our group as well, and we can say what we're doing, right? We can say what group we're doing. Yeah, so we were doing a Moana group. I think we mentioned it last time. So yeah, and we had actually we were choreographing everything, and then poop. So Sean said the next con isn't until July, even if it goes. It was supposed to happen in May.
Yeah, Montreal is the next one for them at the Palais de Congrès. I think that's where it is. I don't know.
So that one they just postponed again. Yeah, geez. So hey, Michaela, nice to see you. I don't travel out of state for cons. First one out of state was Level Up Expo. That was in Las Vegas, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to travel out of state for a con.
It's
like I mean, just
the first time I've traveled out of country.
Yeah.
Just the logistics of packing up a costume, I think,
it's nerve-wracking.
It's really hard.
And then of course you have to. What's that?
Sorry. So Lena and I, we often will like share a suitcase because if there's like baggage fees, we're like, okay, all the costumes go in the suitcase we have to check, and the normal items just go in our carry-on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. But I think I've never really traveled too much. Like I would, okay, so like long time ago, when there were not as many cons here in Phoenix, I would always go to LA and San Diego. So when I first started cosplaying, that's pretty much where I was cosplaying, was at Anime Expo and a San Diego Comic-Con. So we always just drove over there. So, we never had a problem like packing stuff. And I don't think I've ever really flown to a con. The only time I did was I lived in Dubai, so I was there, but I flew from Dubai to London to do MCM. But we took really low key costumes, like no props, and I think I took Ariel and I took Momohime. I think only those two. Yeah, and then my friend took Melisandre from, is I saying that right? From Game of Thrones. And
I don't know. I've never watched Game of Thrones.
Oh my God, me neither.
One with the red hair.
What's that?
One with the red hair.
Yes.
Melisandre.
Okay. Yeah, she brought that in another costume. So we just kept it like to normal clothes. But we get it free. Like that was a free luggage pack or luggage check because it was like international. So,
yeah, for the Canada one, it's like $30 per checked bag. So we're just gonna use my giant bag, and we're just gonna have $130 fee one way, $130 fee the other way. So it's just split between us instead of doing the like, oh, let's pay $60 each time.
Nice.
Makes sense. When I went to Emerald City Comic-Con last year, I was competing in Sarah, and I had to actually ship like the costume up there since we were flying up there and it was too big to like fit in any suitcase. So like the Grand Panier, like we had to make a specialty box to fit the Grand Panier in it.
Wow,
and then
really?
like ship the whole thing up there, and that was nerve-wracking. Like, let me tell you.
How much can I ask how much that cost?
If
you want to share, you don't have to share.
It was less than $100.
Okay. Actually, that sounds pretty good because I imagine the box is pretty big because that dress is huge.
Well, it was several boxes. Yeah. And the costume itself weighs about 50 pounds. All said and done.
And you still under 100. I was expecting
it was under 100.
I was expecting you to say more because that sounds expensive, but yeah. So we have some comments here. Sean says most of the cons got canceled in Canada. Yeah. I hope this doesn't go into the end of next year because I want to do BlizzCon. I would hope by November that this is all kind of like under control.
Yeah.
Because that is the big one at the end of the year. And Sean says, is Dragon Con still going? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Right now, yes.
It's still on. That is one I definitely want to go to. We should go to it sometime.
Me too. I want to go to that one.
Okay.
I want to do next year, but if Otakuthon's canceled,
you're gonna go. Then you're gonna go next year to Otakuthon. Okay, we'll have to figure it out.
Probably fit it in. I would just have to save like 2.5 weeks of vacation because it would be like
back to back. Are they really close to each other?
I think they're either back to back or a week of there's maybe a week in between.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, that would be tough. Yeah.
What's like kind of crazy is I've been like talking to friends about like, oh, like I want to go to this new con, whatever. And we're almost like talking about like, oh, well, maybe in 2021 because things are so uncertain right now.
Yeah.
It's like crazy to be planning that far ahead, but like, who knows what's going to happen?
I know.
I planned all the events for this year, last year.
Sounds crazy though.
I usually plan like a year in advance.
I already have all my stuff budgeted. And I'm probably,
of course, you
plan like a month in advance. So bad. Jared says Southwest has 2 free check bags domestically. What's that?
Yeah, I like the minimum I can plan is like 3 months, and like I've only done one quick one once, and that was Level Up Expo, and I think we planned it like 2 weeks in advance, which that's crazy for me.
Yeah, that's like last minute for you.
How did you manage, Sam?
Sam?
Am I here?
She said, how did you manage?
No, it like died. I was like, what happened?
Oh, really? All I saw was this for a second.
I was like, I'm teasing you, Sam. I'm not actually.
Okay, what did you say?
So she's talking about your planning of Level Up Expo. Yeah, go ahead.
Because you planned it 2 weeks in advance. I said, wow, how did you manage, Sam? Oh my god, I was like, if she does it again, I swear. I'm done.
Stream over.
Okay, she managed fine. Moving on.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So, okay, Michaela says, Maggie says they haven't officially canceled Mad Monster Party for June, but I expect that to be canceled. It was
I
gonna
would
be your first time
expect
vending.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I wish they would just lock us down and we'll just all sit in and we'll just like do cosplay and then we'll like compete with each other to see like who gets what done first. There we go.
Well, because like people still aren't following directions even now, so like who knows?
Yeah.
Like,
so I did go out because I had to pick up Final Fantasy VII. Like, hello, I pre-ordered it, paid it in advance or paid it in full. So I was able to just go to GameStop and then you just call them and they come to the door. On my way back, I went through a neighborhood and like there was a golf course and there were like 8 golf carts and like 2 people per golf cart. And I was like, come on, guys, really? So we want to go to cons. Stay home.
right?
So yeah, Michaela says PFF got canceled, and a while ago they said it was too early for them to determine that. Wouldn't surprise me if they canceled more cons. I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see our next con honestly until August. Like I could see possibly by the first week in August, like Game On Expo, that might actually make it. But I don't think we're gonna see anything in May, June, or July.
No, I agree. That's kind of my prediction too. If that, I'm really hoping for August. I'm especially hoping that we can start the school year like normal. Just because like that is a whole new territory. Like this, because I'm a teacher, so I've been learning remote teaching, you know, and it's fine because the kids know you and you're all set up. We had the whole rest of the year before this happened, 3 whole quarters, but like setting up a school year with little kids online, that sounds really challenging. So I'm really hoping we can at least be back in school in August.
I think even if you like started in class, you know, and then moved it online, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess not moved online because the kids still need to see each other, don't they?
Yeah. Who knows? But fingers crossed, like August, you're gonna be our month.
And I feel like, you know, summer's quiet anyway, and nobody wants to do anything during summer as it is.
Not in Arizona.
No, yeah, you're right. I forget that we live in hell. It's not hell though, it's just hot as hell. It's great. I promise. If you're watching from out of the state, it's great. But yeah, I imagine that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, Jared says at least we won't melt in our cosplays in the summer months. Yeah, nothing ever happens anyway. There's
that
only
was a positive.
Yeah, I know. I'm already melting in like all my layers. Like I took layers off because I'm actually not wearing everything. But I was like, oh my God, I'm so hot already.
Well, last year Phoenix, I don't know if you guys remember last year's Phoenix, but it was like uncharacteristically cool. Like
Yes.
I planned costumes that were very like bare skin because it's always hot. And I was freezing in that convention center. Oh my gosh. It was so cold. And outside it was like 80s and like maybe like low 90s. It was ridiculously cool for the end of May.
That was really good, actually. I was like so surprised. And we're like, everyone, don't jinx it. That's my job.
Oh shoot, hold on. My dog just like opened the door. She seriously did just open the door. Here.
Cosplay dog.
Come here. Come here.
So Sam, is that your new Draculara? Doggy!
Here she is.
And I've already decided I'm making some changes, so.
Okay, and this is, let's see, like, can I see more of it? Ooh, it's cute. I like it.
The sleeves are sewn onto it.
Oh, there's beads on it?
Yeah, so it has sleeves attached, and I'd rather actually have like an undershirt so that I can cover this area too. So I'm gonna buy just like a fishnet crop top and then remove the sleeves, and then that way it's easier to wear.
Okay, it looks really good. I like the collar and everything. Nice. Oh, so what's on your mannequin back there? Uh-oh.
Nothing. It's nude.
He's naked.
Nudity.
This is a PG-13 show. Actually, it's not. Actually,
Greco-Roman art. Okay. Gosh.
Yeah. Sorry. What's its name? What's her? Oh,
my dog?
No, the mannequin.
The mannequin. All right, Luca.
Luca. Okay.
Yeah, Luca's the dog and Lily is the mannequin.
Lily is the mannequin.
Okay.
Got it.
You gonna stay?
So
No?
Sean says, if cons do go on, I think that the whole coronavirus social distancing thing is going to affect them for sure, because we know that us geeks, we like to hug and high five and everything like that. And Sam, you had a really good list of why don't we go through that list that you posted? It was a really good list of, life after coronavirus.
So I've got most of it memorized. But basically number one is just sorry, these things are
Oh, you just made them today, and we'll talk about them later. Okay.
No, it's okay. But we need to work more on like not hugging and shaking hands. Like we need to work more on less contact with people we don't know.
Work more on less contact. Yes.
Yeah, like have like it's very traditional in like Japan to do a very slight bow, or other countries they'll just kind of wave their hand, or like shaka. But but I'm just thinking like some other means than hugging, or shaking hands, or like touching, because contact, yes, I can see contact being important, but not with strangers. I'm sorry, contact with like family or friends, I get it. But contact at conventions, you are literally having strangers hug.
Yeah.
Right.
And that happens.
That makes a lot of people uncomfortable too. When people come up and like hug them without asking. I know, like, I've had people come up and like touch parts of like my costume or like props or like whatever without asking. And it's kind of like, obviously that's the spread of germs is a huge issue there. And I think this whole situation has brought that to light. But it's just kind of like rude to not ask too before you start touching a stranger.
That's kind of common in the cosplay like world, I guess. Like anyone wants to come and be like, "Ooh, what is that?" And you're like,
Right.
No, it's gonna fall off. And then also like I've always experienced it as well, as like if you're dressed up as someone's favorite character, of course they're gonna want to come and hug you. And like I said a long time ago, they used to just run and hug you, like it was called glomping, and that's why they had to come up with this whole like you need to ask first. I have been glomped, and it's funny because I was glomped in Lum by a girl, so not by a guy, because I would have punched her in the face. But this young girl was like, "Oh my god, Lum!" And like I'm basically wearing a tiger stripe bikini, so she's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, you can feel all my skin. This is weird, but you're nice." Okay. So yeah, so definitely that cannot be happening anymore. I mean, it doesn't happen as much anymore. I have been asked if I can give a hug, and I'm usually like, okay, yeah, sure, one arm.
And
hug.
I think if we worked on distancing ourselves at conventions too, conventions are often really packed. I think this might finally get conventions to be like, okay, let's base the amount of people off the space instead of off like what the fire marshal says, because in reality what the fire marshal says, yeah, sure, everybody kind of fits.
Yeah, maybe they might maybe have to make aisles even bigger, which would be great.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Hey Sean, he says that happens to me in Spider-Man a lot. I can imagine.
Oh gosh,
I can imagine. Yeah.
For sure.
I think especially because you're like wearing a full face mask, people can't, like the kids are like, "Oh my god, he is real," because they can't see your face. So
well, it's anonymous in a way, you're not like you without your face being seen or your expression, you're not really like a person in that moment, right? Like you're a character.
That's true. So yeah, Sam, you got some other things. What else you got?
So maybe working on oh gosh, what was the other one I wanted to talk
remote?
About?
Oh yeah, actually here.
Well, like working remote, and then working better on like I mean, look at how much our planet is improving by us just chilling at home.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, manufacturers can totally restrict their output clearly without collapsing.
Yeah, like we can do it.
Yeah.
So.
And people can limit driving, and there's a lot that I'm noticing that I'm like, you could have been doing this before.
I know.
Right.
And I kind of feel like, and I don't want to get religious, but is this like Noah's Ark in a way? Kind of? No, not really. Okay, let's not.
I mean, yeah.
Like, it's like, who's going to survive?
I feel like it's Noah's Ark in a sense that we have come so far off of, like, we need to go back to basics, kind of. I feel like that's in that sense, that's how it is like we need to go back to where we were. We're too much. I don't know. I just feel like it's just one of those things.
Hopefully, like, Oh, go ahead, Sam.
No, it's just, I'm just saying it's just consumerism is the problem. They want more, and do you really actually need it? Does it, necessitate it?
Yeah.
Hopefully the situation, as tragic as it has been, kind of helps people focus on the things that are most important going forward. Now that you have certain things that are restricted or off limits, I hope that it does make people realize the things that are the most important, and then, make those new habits as things start to open back up and become available again.
Well, and like one of the things too, like this is like one of the really unfortunate things about this pandemic is we already know racism exists, but it's getting worse because and abuse is getting worse, and it's just like, can we be better people? And like I feel like the cosplay community, we inspire a lot of people, so like why don't we start being champions for these causes and for these individuals? Like people of color, they can do whatever the freak they want. Okay, I'm tired of people trying to limit them. It's ridiculous. And like I worry for my husband because he's a person of color, many colors actually. And but it's just one of those things that like people are people. Why do we have to keep putting them in boxes?
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, and it's been worse for Asian Americans too, and Asians all over the world too. And that's what I hope, like, we get past that too, because that sucks for everybody. Yeah.
I just a bit more kindness, and like I still do not understand why people hate others so much just because of the color of their skin.
Yeah, it's because they have insecurities with themselves. Anytime anybody hates on something, it's like you have insecurities. Like that person has insecurities, so they need to do something to make them feel better about their insecurities. Yeah.
Right.
Sean says, cosplay who you want to cosplay, no limitations. Yeah, cosplay, It's a hobby. It's like
it's supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah, it's like what's another hobby out there that quilt making or stamp collecting? Do people still do that? Like you can collect whatever stamps you want. You want to collect only puppy stamps? Cool. Like, do you collect puppy stamps?
I said stamps are still being collected.
Oh, that's what I was saying too. I don't know. They just still do make stamp collections, but anyway, I don't know. But so let's move on from the pandemic, because I know it's on everybody's minds, but
that's like all that's on anyone's news feed right now. Now for something different.
Yeah, Sam.
Cosplay. Make it a hobby. You got the time.
Make it a hobby. So what about let's talk about people who, and I guess I throw this in there, we weren't prepared for this, but people who want to start cosplay now because maybe they wanted to in the past but never got the motivation to, and now they have all the time. So it's going to be a little bit difficult, isn't it? Like, no? Sam's got the answer?
What's the one thing that everybody always has in their closet? Like old clothes that they don't wear anymore. So you can turn those into templates. You can use that fabric and turn it into a new outfit. You can use it to learn how to sew. You can sew by hand if you don't have a sewing machine. Needles are pretty easy to come by. And it's one of those things that, like, even if you don't have needles, do you have hot glue? Do you have duct tape? Challenge yourself. Make yourself a duct tape outfit. Can you do it?
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Should we try it for like the next episode or something? I don't know.
I'm out of duct tape.
What have you been using it for?
We used it all on a pattern for me last time. I don't have any left.
Right.
I use painter's tape, so maybe I could make a painter's tape
costume.
I don't know.
Sean, you want to get your wife into it so badly. So just start making things. Like I've gotten so many people into cosplay and I'm just like, yeah, let's just do this. So, but yeah, that's a good point. You can still also order stuff online and pick up. Cause I mean, and I know some people are like, oh, whatever. Why do you need this? And why do you need that? I'm like, you need something to keep your sanity, So if you need to go and like, sew a quilt, like sew the quilt. But
a t-shirt quilt.
Yeah.
Is a great idea.
Yeah. I don't
if
know
you've got a bunch of like old t-shirts, like I have like my old kindergarten t-shirt that doesn't fit, but like I don't want to get rid of it because like I graduated kindergarten once and I'm like pretty proud of it. So
wow, congratulations.
Take all that. Thank you. take all those old t-shirts and turn them into a t-shirt quilt. There's tons of tutorials you can follow, and that's a great way to learn how to sew, like just basic sewing skills, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely like spend some time on YouTube. There's such amazing stuff on YouTube to teach you how to cosplay. Like this
Or
was not around.
Instructables.
Yeah, or Instructables like ThermoCosplay's Instructables.
I
So
answer often. So if you have questions.
yeah, did you do one for your teeth?
Eh?
Did you do an Instructables for your teeth or no?
No, because these are just the scarecrow teeth. The teeth that I'm going to make with friendly plastic are different.
Ooh, you're gonna make them out of friendly plastic? Interesting. Well, once you get
So
that,
like the more friendly plastic, the little beads that are
okay.
non-toxic.
Non-toxic, yeah. We don't want to put toxic things in our mouth. So Sean says, that's like how half of my stuff is made by reusing old fabrics. And that's another thing is reusing old fabrics. Like if you have sheets in your closet as well that, might not be used as much, or, I think you could really start small. Don't think like I'm going to make, I don't know, the big ball gown and you
Don't
need
do what Sam
yards of
did
fabric.
and make a demon hunter for your first costume.
Or yeah, or do. I mean, come on, look, she's still here. So, but don't do it.
I wasted $450. Okay, don't.
Okay, well, in that aspect, yes, be very smart about your budgeting. I used to do that a lot too when I was first in my first couple years. I would just buy. Like, this was wrong. Go buy something else. Go buy something else. And it's not like I had money. I was like a broke 20 or something year old. Why was I doing that? So yeah, definitely be smart about it. And of course, once this is all over and you can go out and explore, it'll be a lot easier. But you can still order stuff on Michael's, on Joanne, and pick it up if you want to try. I'm sure you could get a sewing machine too. I mean, if you have the funds, like get the sewing machine, get your fabric, and
Might as well.
yeah, definitely. Now is the time. Yes. So, I actually, Sam, you make a lot of stuff out of other stuff, don't you? Yeah.
I can go grab something right now.
If you want, that's cool. I mean, it's really good to so even if you don't want to use what it is, like Sam has a really good tip to take it apart. Like if it's what you need, but it's the wrong fabric, you can also take it apart and use those pieces as a pattern if it fits you properly. So you don't always need to go out and buy patterns and stuff, although patterns can be really useful. It depends. Everyone has a different style. I know Sam doesn't like to use patterns. What is that? Oh, you want to tell us what's all in that? I know that's like a smorgasbord of stuff.
The big barrel is a protein container. The little barrels are Pringles cans.
That's cool, because we know definitely everyone has Pringles cans.
And then the barrels in here are like plastic cups, and then I just covered it in foam
And then how did you paint it? Just spray paint?
Spray paint, Sharpies, and acrylic.
Okay.
All
Nice.
right.
And it's pretty. Wait, what's in the middle of it? That whole thing is the protein can? Oh, the center is the protein can.
Yeah, so I wrapped foam around the protein can too.
Okay.
But
I
you can see, look, you can see the.
Oh yeah, the top of the protein can. But you would never know. That looks good.
Yeah, I just cut holes in the protein can in the back to insert all the handles.
So I think in the future we'll probably do a few more of how we made things. I think that would be pretty fun.
That would be fun.
Instructable. This is on Instructables.
There you go, Instructables. Actually, Sam, you can throw up your Instructables link in the chat in the comments if you want. If anybody, she has. How many do you have? Like 100? Was that exaggerating?
Instructables. I think I have 18 to 20, but I have over 100 and something thousand followers.
I'm like, you have 100 Instructables, right? No, Jinx, no.
I have 100 tutorials, but they're spread out between different YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. So we'll have to think of what we're going to do for our next episode. So we're still starting out. If you guys have any ideas, we're always open to ideas. And, if you want to throw them in the comments or send us a private message or, talk to us on the phone or text, I don't know. If you have our phone number, we're not giving our phone numbers out. Sorry. So yeah, but let's see down that barrel. Oh, she's leaving. Okay. Oh, there's nothing in it. Okay. Oh.
It's like that.
I'm disappointed.
I feel like she could put a little post-it in there that just says like hello or something.
Yeah, because a lot of people do that as well with like Harley hammers. Like you can use like a big tube, like maybe like a plastic trash can or something else, and then like the stick could be like an old broomstick. So I just saw somewhere where someone made this really beautiful staff, and they're like, it's a shower rod with foam tubes wrapped around it, and then they added all the pearls and gems. I was like, whoa, that's brilliant. I would have never
It's a
thought
good
of that.
idea.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Basically,
Sam-
you don't need super expensive stuff in order to build something cool, right? Like you can use found objects like that.
And sometimes they're like they can be lighter too, because like imagine that's pretty light. That what is it? The gun?
Yeah, the grenade launcher.
Yeah. And that's another thing
A
is
lot
like you
lighter than the 2.5-pound hammer I made.
oh yeah. That one sounds pretty heavy. That's a giant one. You still have it or you took it apart?
I still have it. It's 6 feet 3 inches tall.
Very good. But that one's not that heavy actually, is it?
It's 2.5 pounds. The problem is it's not evenly
balanced.
distributed.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah. I only started making props like a couple years ago. They were really intimidating and they still are. But yeah, as long as you can find easier ways to do them, you know, and or start with the base. Like obviously making something completely out of scratch is like to me seems impossible. Like I don't know. I would need to start with something, you know.
I make it out of scratch all the time.
I really enjoy that too.
Yeah. I like to start with something and then kind of build on top of it. So I'm talking about bigger props, not like smaller ones, but like bigger props I like to build onto. Like when I made Widow's sniper rifle, I started with an actual toy gun and then I plopped some like foam around it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And if you can find anything, I mean, obviously, like this is a popular thing is Nerf guns, you know. Once we're all able to go out, I mean, you can go and scavenge like Goodwill for Nerf guns all over. They have all different kinds, and those are great bases for any kind of like firearm prop. So that won't look so much like a firearm, I think, more like an alien gun. We were supposed to do, I think we did this costume, this outfit. So Sam was Fu. I don't know where she is. She's here on my camera. Who am I pointing to?
She's yeah, you're pointing to her.
I am? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did this one. This was our last con, TayuCon.
No.
Yeah, so
Kikori.
oh yeah. Oh my god, how did I forget about Kikori?
Because it was chill.
It was so chill. It was like I feel like we were just like hanging out with friends and like sitting around, be like, hey, how's it going? Oh wait, oh hey, you know, yeah, let's have a drink. It was pretty cool. Definitely CoreCon. I would like to make more of a weekend out of that. Like we mentioned before, like spend a day doing something touristy or something.
Like maybe get there, maybe stay there on a Monday or get there the day early, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that'd be fun. Wow, we keep going back to like future con in the future, this con in the future.
The cons will happen again. They're not canceled forever. I know it feels like it's gonna be a long time, but they aren't canceled forever. Like things will go back to normal eventually.
I think Maggie posted, what was it, like April is the first month to have no cons like worldwide.
Oh wow.
I think
that's so sad.
Yeah, could you imagine like how many events there are worldwide and there's nothing going on right now?
Well, and this is like prime con season that we're in right now.
Oh, for sure. Now I do hear there's a lot of these virtual cons coming up. Like, do you guys know about any that are coming up? I've heard about them. Sam,
I've heard of a few, but I haven't like attended any or anything.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Maggie said, yep, in 30 years.
In a couple of weeks, but I don't know if it's actually happening because the information is a little.
But I think that would be interesting because I have to sneeze. Oh my gosh. It's not corona, it's allergies, I swear. Okay, maybe it's gone. Okay. Because maybe we should do like our panels online or something, or we should do a stream. I don't know. What do you think? Like, that'd
be fun.
Yeah, you've got a ton of panels too, Sam. And I think eventually if they do more online convention things, you know, that's something that we could, you know, bring to the table as well.
Yeah. I have like a list of 20 panels.
Like your dream panels? What's your dream panel, Sam?
Dream panel?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a genre?
Her dream panel is being with her friends and running a panel.
Yeah,
Because
there you go. Yeah, as long
friendship
as
is
there
the
are
true
people producing
treasure.
something, I'm happy. But yeah, I have too many that I love. We'd have to go by genre.
You have a lot of fandoms, don't you? I bet an Elf Quest. How to cosplay Elf Quest. How come you haven't done an Elf Quest? Have you done an Elf Quest cosplay?
I'm doing one this year.
Oh, are you? Nice. I used to read that a long time ago. My brother had it, and so I just read it through his stash. But yeah, that art is so beautiful.
That would be amazing to have a panel with a Q&A with Wendy and Richard Pini.
Yeah. They're still active on the con circuit, I think, right?
They were at San Diego this past year. They were like doing a signing.
Yeah.
They're trying to slow down a bit because Wendy has like I think she has carpal tunnel or some kind of wrist problem, so she probably won't be drawing anymore. And they're getting older, so they're slowing down and limiting what they go to.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but I would love to maybe do a cosplay with you, Sam.
I want to be Talit, so if you want to be my mom, Nightfall would be awesome. Or you make an awesome Moonshade too.
Yay! Let's do it.
Liz, you'd be like the perfect like Dewshine.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look up who that is. I'm not familiar with it.
We're just making everyone cosplay whoever we want.
Yeah. Leanne wants to be Winnowill.
Okay, let's do it. Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
I would be down.
And then Liz, you still need to make you need to be our Hikaru for our Ray Earth group.
Oh.
Make you do another costume.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I don't know when we'll do this again, but I love this. This is my new favorite costume.
Yeah, I bought a new corset to fix up my old one, and I have new foam. Like all I have to do is fix the bracers in the corset, and it's like really easy to wear. I can still wear the skirt if I want to, but I want to add like 2 more yards in the front so that it's more voluminous.
Yeah, I think that's the problem that I had with mine is that like I'm wearing the cape now, even though you can't see it. I'm only wearing it because I have a little snap here and I don't want the snap to show. So I'm wearing like the whole cape. Ta-da! But I couldn't get it to like, and I think it's because my fabric is just too heavy. It didn't drape properly, but I want it to be like, whoa, my arms disappeared. But yeah, I want it to be like all flowy and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty happy with it.
I only used one layer of spandex for my cape, and then I lined it with bias tape for like trim, and that cape moves.
Yeah, I think 1 layer would be good. Wouldn't be too heavy. Yeah, because mine's actually double. Mine's lined, so.
Well, and like spandex is pretty heavy.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, definitely. So we have to complete that group with Liz as our new Hikaru. So
I forgot I was in that group.
You guys could be like, I don't want to be Hikaru right now. Okay, and you guys could just keep swapping.
Oh, you talking about Lena and Liz?
They're so similar. They could just swap.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think
Lena and I were
discussing
discussing the possibility of doing a sister shoot when it's safe to shoot again.
Yeah, that would be really. With are you talking about with Taka and Tafiti?
No, but obviously we have to shoot that too. But no, they're pretty famous sisters. You guys have probably heard of them.
Oh, the Shining?
Huh?
The Shining?
No.
Oh, what twins? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say twins. I said sisters. But no, you guys could. Oh my gosh, Sam! How did you know?
Which one is it? Oh my god! What is it?
No, we're talking about doing an Anna and Elsa shoot.
Duh. Hello.
And then after that, we'll do The Shining. Apparently.
That would be because you guys are like the same, like basically the same like shape and height, and you look like similar. I don't know.
We have a very similar look. It's true.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. That's what you guys are doing for Halloween. I've decided for you too. That's it. You can do anything else. No.
The Shining.
Yeah. Because I collect Monster High. So Monster High has been out of production for like a year or two. And there's a rumor going around that they have these 2 like collector dolls coming out. And they have like these, I don't know who made it, but they have this like silhouette. One's of like Frankie and one's of like Claudine or something. And it has a UPC and it's like one is $60 and one is like $90. And everyone's talking about it because I'm in these groups because I love Monster High. And somebody's like, wait, they are doing it. Toywiz.com is pre-ordering them. and one is a Monster High Pennywise, which sounds really cool. I don't like Pennywise, but I love Monster High, so that sounds cool. And the other
Sounds
one
like it'll be very pretty.
yeah, right? And the other one is the Shining Twins. So that
All
would
right.
yeah.
All right, you go Monster High.
I think that the Pennywise one would be fun to cosplay. I've never been into, I hate Pennywise, but I love Monster High so much. I know it's gonna look good, you know.
It's probably gonna be adorable.
And I bet they were supposed to be, because they did this before. I bet they were supposed to be Comic-Con exclusives, because every year Monster High has been putting out Comic-Con exclusives. Last year, the year that they didn't, the first year that they did not do that, they had a collector's edition that they ended up selling online, which was Gulia and Cleo doing like some like excavation thing. So I bet they probably started them in production, and maybe now they're like, oops, what do we do? So
make some coin.
yeah,
Might as well.
So I'm excited for that. Michaela, she says, I wish they didn't change the animation for Monster High. I know, I wish they didn't change it at all. Like the reboot is just awful. I hate the reboot. Okay, anyway. But yeah, they're still really, 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 really cute. So, but yeah, so maybe when those come out, then you and Lena should do the Monster High Shining Twins. Yeah, it's decided. It's done. Done.
Every one of these live streams, I end up with like 5 more projects. Like, how does this happen?
No, but the Anna and Elsa one should be really cute. So you guys gonna do the Frozen 2 travel, or are we not?
Well, we'll see. It's kind of contingent on, because both of the costumes are mine.
Okay. Oh, the
so
Anna
it's
costume is
contingent
yours
on
too?
if it fits Lena. We're pretty similar in size, but not exactly, so like if she can fit into the pieces, then we'll do a shoot together. But if not, then I don't know. I'll have to do them both myself and be my own sister.
Photoshop it.
Right.
You could. Like,
I would love to have Lena do it though, because I feel like she makes such a good Anna.
she does. She
She's
really
so
does.
cute as Anna,
really
and I
does.
feel like we do look very similar to each other too. That we might actually look like sisters.
You just have to have one person like a little taller. Like, also will have to be a little bit taller, but you can always
Right.
get heels. Yeah.
Which is hard because she's wearing, like, at the end, she's wearing sandals and Anna's wearing boots with heels.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we might have to bring like a step stool for it.
I mean, if you don't see her feet, or she can like bend down in her dress.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So are you going to do the spirit dress too?
Yeah, it's the spirit dress and then Anna's travel dress.
Oh, okay. I see. So you've made Anna's dress already?
No, I'm working on it right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
I am doing the Tafiti burnout and then working on other things at the same time.
So inspirational, Liz. Be like Liz. Be like Liz. Yeah. Like, I barely finished that dress that I made. Like, I just wanted to make a regular dress. Like, it was so not stressful. Oh my God, it was so like comforting. Like, I love to work on cosplay. Like, it does ease me and it does like help with, anxiety and stuff. But I get so stressed out sometimes. Like, I'm sure all of you guys can relate. Like, I want to throw things. So
I think that like I know for me, a lot of it is like, especially if I'm in a group, I don't want to let the group down by like being the one with the stupidest looking costume. And they're all like, oh my God, why did we invite this person?
Yours
They
cannot
look so
be
bad.
the stupidest looking costum. But yeah, I know what you mean. You don't want to let anyone down. I know what you mean.
So that's where a lot of like my stress comes from. And I think like, you making that dress, it's a good, sometimes it's good to do like almost like a palette cleansing project, especially after like a big cosplay project. It's nice to do something that's like simple and just like not cosplay, just whatever, something else.
Yeah, because like this is the last costume that I made, and I go through this every year. It seems like I just had a huge cosplay lull and I could not get started on this cosplay. And so I did it, obviously I crunched, because who doesn't crunch? And when I decided I wanted to do something else, I just can't get started. I just can't get started. Like, I had so many projects that I had to do. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna make a dress, because I've always wanted to make regular clothes and I never do. And I have stacks and stacks of fabric and patterns. So,
well, good for you. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, so I finally finished it, and I feel ready to make something else. Although now my sister's into making masks. We're just making them for like friends and family and stuff. We're not like mass producing them or anything. So we are gonna make masks so everyone can wear them outside, not donating them to like hospitals and stuff. I mean, if we need to, but just for friends. And so I'll probably be helping her with that. So yeah.
Let's see. Michaela says, you guys have any very beginner recommendations for sewing that could be used for cosplay? What do you guys think?
Sam's on it. Sam's on it. Oh, she loves this book. I borrowed it.
Encyclopedia of Sewing. Oh, I've never heard of it.
Is it on Amazon still? Yeah.
It's like $10 maybe, and it's thick.
And you know what? If you can get your hands on a sewing machine, I would suggest it, because I know a lot of people are scared of sewing machines, but hand sewing does take a long time. And it's easy to learn how to just do straight stitches that you would normally do hand sewing, and doing that is going to take like half a minute, then like 10 minutes to straight,
and you can get really basic ones from Brother that have like 10 stitches in their manual, and they're really easy to use. The tension's usually preset, or it has a guide that it comes with that tells you what the tension, like what tension matches what fabrics and needles. So that really helps.
Yeah.
Sewing machine stitches too are definitely going to be stronger than hand stitches as well. It does go faster. I would say if you like have never sewn ever, if you can sew a pillowcase, then you can sew a skirt. Then you can like slowly move on to bigger things.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Some basic garments.
Start with a circle skirt, because a circle skirt is all about our folding and then just cutting, and you just add elastic. It's pretty simple.
Right. There are some basic garments like a circle skirt that are not that difficult to make at all, and you'll be kind of surprised once you're done. You're like, oh my gosh, like I made it. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's one thing is like, sorry, Sam, what?
No, I'm just saying, with the circle skirt, make sure you have a 60-inch fabric, not one of those short ones.
Yeah, or like you have to like cut in pieces. I've done that. Have to cut like 2 panels into like 8 panels. Oops.
Circle skirts, you need a ton of fabric.
Yeah,
for sure.
So definitely that's another thing you want to keep an eye out, as well as like if you can like get more fabric than you need. I always do, because I always mess up. That's just me. I always mess up.
I only buy 1 yard extra.
Well, 1 yard extra is pretty good.
I always get a little bit extra too.
Yeah. Especially like if you go to SAS, like when you're at SAS, sometimes I get 2 yards, because I'm like, I don't know if this fabric's ever coming back.
It won't be there the next time you go back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that for my brother's wedding, I was helping his fiance add some lace to her dress, and we went to SAS. We saw this whole bolt of lace, and it was big bolt. It must have been like, I don't know, like 60 yards or something. And so then I went back a few weeks later and it was gone. I was like, seriously, there's a ton on it. Yeah. So definitely, if you can get extra materials, if you can help it on your sewing machine, like they said, like once you learn how to do something, you're like, oh my God, that was so easy. Like I used to be scared of pockets, and now I put pockets in everything because it's really actually so easy. So don't be discouraged by it. Just try it, and try it with practice.
I recommend a sewing machine that doesn't have, like, for a beginner, I recommend a sewing machine that isn't computerized at all.
I would agree.
So it'll be cheaper to maintain
yourself, because computerized ones have to have $50 to $75 service fees every 6 months.
And I don't do that.
Yeah, mine is well, I haven't serviced my machine yet, but mine is digital, and it is more expensive.
Yeah, mine
to get
is
it
too.
Repaired.
Yeah, the last time I did was like $150. I'm never doing that again. I'm going to Mole Queen, but yeah. So if you do, I mean, if you said that you have one, so I mean, whatever you have is good. Use that. But practice on old sheets. I mean, take a pillowcase apart and then put it back together. You could do that maybe. That's a good idea.
Well, there's lots of like tutorials online too for like little sewing craft projects that like you can make like a flowered headband. You could make like whatever, like little tiny things with scraps of fabric to kind of build confidence.
Yeah, you can make things like, those like bowl holders, like when you're eating your bowl of ramen. Yeah, I would want one of those. Those are pretty easy to make, I think. So yeah, look into things like that, like things you can use around the house, and then get started that way. It's funny because I knew this one woman, I can't remember what store it was, but she makes a bunch of like, she's retired, so she makes a bunch of like pot holders and stuff like that. She makes a ton and she sells it at like the farmer's market. But when her daughter asked her to help her with a dress, I think it was like, she wanted to start cosplay. She was like, no, I'm too scared. Like, but what? You like almost mass produce these like pot holders and stuff. Like it's the same, it's just in a different form. Like, So yeah, just do it. Just try it. And it'll be so much fun. And you know what? I'm still learning too. Like I just learned how to do buttholes.
Oh
Wait,
my
what?
God.
Oh my God,
Jessica.
Corey. Okay, wait.
That- one of my favorite sewing techniques, you guys.
Thank you.
How to sew a butthole.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, wait.
I'm watering.
I know, mine too. Okay.
The visual is priceless. Okay.
How do you make buttholes? I don't know. Don't ask Jinx. I don't know. I mean buttonholes. Buttonholes. And like I Googled it and like videos are really helpful. They have videos for everything. So if you get stumped, if you get stumped,
Like machines come with the buttonhole attachment.
mine did, yes.
A lot of them are automatic buttonhole.
Yeah, mine was
like
automatic.
now.
See, because
They just
I was
like do it. You just put in the size that you want and it just does the whole thing.
yeah, see, because I was so scared about buttonholes. And I was like, then they're like, well, if you have an automatic one, here's what you do. And I was like, shit, I could have been doing this whole time. Like, it's easy.
The only thing with buttonholes is make sure you have tons of bobbin thread before you press go. Because if the bobbin runs out, like it will keep going until the end, but you won't have a buttonhole.
So I just had a weird thing that like, oh, Chris says, I come back from getting a drink and what are you talking about? I swear it's not that type of show. So, excuse me. So, what was I talking about? Oh, so when it goes like, so it'll go like across and then it'll go down, right? And then it'll go across,
And it comes back.
and it goes down and then it goes across and then it starts like keep going, or I just stop it. Like, are you supposed to stop it, or?
Oh, it should stop itself when it gets to the end.
Even if you're still pushing the pedal, it'll stop.
It should.
Okay. Because I had to keep stopping it, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't matter. I just want to make sure that it,
Oh, that's
did
weird.
enough stitches. Yeah.
Mine is like, because mine is like digital, if you don't have it plugged in all the way, because you have to plug in the automatic buttonhole.
Oh, really?
But yeah, let me show you. It's like
That's weird.
This is a contraption. Hold on. Here's my buttonhole foot. So here, you like plug it in. It looks like this. And then you like turn basically the dial, like whatever you put in, however big you want your buttonhole, the dial will count like how many little spikes have gone by in order to make it the right size. If you don't plug this in all the way, like if you don't push it in hard enough, it will make what's called a runaway buttonhole, where it just keeps going and going and going forever, and it never
like
comes
a buttonhole
back.
that you can put over your head.
Right, exactly.
So you plug that into your machine?
Yeah.
So mine is different. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Mine
There's
is
just a piece of
different.
plastic. Mine's like a little piece of plastic with a foot, and I just have to set my dial to recognize that it's the buttonhole, and then I control when it stops.
Yeah.
That's what my old one was like. But
So this is
new
the
machine
one,
is fancy.
yeah. This is the one that I have. So it's just
Yeah,
a
That's the one you have to stop it. You have to stop the
oh,
foot.
okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I had that one though, and like it would stop itself when it was
Is
done.
yours computerized, Jess? Are you using a computerized machine?
Yeah.
And it's still making you push the pedal?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It got you in manual mode.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not good at like sewing machine like troubleshooting at all.
Me
Like my
either.
sister asked me a question earlier today, and she's like, "I've tried this, this, and this," and I was like, "Sounds like a problem."
She's like, but you use
Good
it.
luck.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I mentioned to you guys a couple days ago, because like I know more than my sister does. But like, so my serger's out of commission right now, and so she has a secondhand serger, and we've been kind of like annoyed with it because the pedal goes like 0 to 60, and we still I'll get back to that, but the pedal's so annoying. So it's like zoom, zoom, zoom. It's like, I'm gonna like sew my hand. So she was trying to figure something out, whatever. So I can't figure it out. I'm like, okay. So I come to the sewing machine, I turn it on, and so I start sewing with the pedal, and I'm like, wow, the pedal's somehow fixed. Like it's normal now. But now my stitches are all crazy. So I changed all sorts of tension dials. I played around with all sorts of combinations. I'm like, what the heck? And so just as I'm about to like rethread it because I'm like, okay, the last, I should try to rethread it. I realized that she did not put them in the top dials. So she missed the tension dials at the top. And I was like, oh my God, that's all it was. I could have easily just like been like, boop, instead of having to rethread the whole thing. But yeah, so she was like, oops. But, going back to this buttonhole, I don't know, but it's really easy because you actually put the button in it.
That's how it like tells the size, right? Is you stick the button in there?
Yeah, you stick the button in there and then it does it like all by itself. Yeah. Yep. So I know buttonholes now. And I've been sewing for like 20 years. To be fair, I've only been sewing costumes, okay? Like I don't sew regular clothes normally. So
I keep sewing jackets. Like, why do I keep making myself sew jackets? I've sewn buttonholes. Like, I just sew a buttonhole in like the third costume I ever made because I apparently wanted to make a jacket with buttons.
well, I don't think buttonholes are actually that hard. I don't know why I was so scared of them because I'm dumb.
I don't know. I think we all kind of like it. Just if it comes up with the costume, obviously, like that you'll learn a new thing or whatever. Like I don't know. I feel like there's probably some basic stuff that I've never done just because it's never come up in a project.
Yeah, like I don't know how to. I probably do, but I don't know if I'm putting in invisible zippers correctly. I just do how I think I do. What's that?
I'm good at those.
Yeah,
I'm good at those too, or I've become good at them.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at them, but I'm just like when I was teaching Morgan. I was like, I think this is how I do it. I don't know if it's correct, but I do it and it works, so it probably is.
I love an invisible zipper that actually turns invisible.
Oh yeah, I think I
so
finally got
satisfying.
there. It's so good. I hate seeing zippers and I'm like, oh, you can see it so much.
The one on my my Ray pants, which get completely covered up anyways by the tunic, is so invisible. You guys, it's like basically not there.
It's the details. It's the details. You can appreciate the details.
Of course, then it gets covered, so it's really invisible. But
but that's the thing. I love to do those things, even though people don't notice them. I know that they're there. You know what I mean? Like you know that they're there. You know that you accomplished it. So it's always good. So yeah, well, I think we're gonna probably wrap this up. If anybody in the comments has any questions, so this is a little bit delayed, so let's wait and see if anybody has any questions for us. Hope that it helps you if you're just starting out in cosplay. You can reach out to any of us. I'm speaking for all of us, but I think it's cool. Yeah, you can reach out to any of us if you have any questions. We all love to help out new cosplayers or anyone that has any, needs any help. More cosplayers, the better, because it's a really cool hobby. Yeah, so hope you guys can catch us on our next episode, which is going to be next Friday. Yeah. We might move the time a little bit. We'll see, but it'll still be around the same time. It'll still be Friday evening, unless something changes for you guys. So, and maybe we'll have a theme. Maybe we'll have I don't know. Maybe we'll have duct tape wars. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay home, stay safe, and stay cosplay. There's my new logo. There's my new line. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.